take a look at the Dow today. So it spiked around 11 a.m. Eastern. Headlines that the U.S. is proposing a new round of trade talks with China in the near future. Stocks like Boeing and Caterpillar rallying on this news. But then 1:30 p.m. Eastern, the Dow started falling, even turning negative at a point, ending positive. Did get that news at 3M. Biggest decliner on the Dow today. Had some comments from the CFO saying he's predicting higher material costs and growth in the industrial and healthcare businesses to be weaker than expected. So, Mike, what you've got was this sort of tale of two industrials. 3M taking the Dow down 32 points, but Boeing, Caterpillar both adding the most.
Yeah, you saw that sort of programmed reflex response to any headline that the machines can read as hopeful about talks. And keep saying that what the market doesn't like is tariffs in the absence of a process. This would be a process if you're actually going to be talking. That's good on a net basis. But also, not a lot of substance to it, not a lot of real meat on the bones of the story. And so what that leaves you with is the overseas markets that popped on the news mostly held their gains. I think emerging markets have underperformed so much that they're itchy for an excuse to bounce a little bit, and I think they did. You saw the China tech stocks too. Overall, though, I think the market feels very settled in this spot right now. I don't mean it in a bad way. A lot of offsetting forces, but down less than 0.5% month to date. It's supposed to be the scary month of September. Volatility kind of getting a little bit on the downside. So it doesn't seem like it's itching to have a dramatic move.
More sluggish than stressed. That's how Santoli put it in the note today.
So far in September, yes. My top secret notes that I circulate.
The top secret notes,
very good.
Just for the team, and always some great phrases in there. But Mike, before I bring in Nancy, if we did see a significant deal on China, clearly more room for a rally from China. That market's been slammed. What kind of percentage are we talking about for the US? Are we already kind of almost there, just a couple more percent on a positive trade headline, or
for the
10%?
Overall market? I don't know that it would be a tremendous upside driver. It would just be a little bit of a removing an overhang. But for those industrial stocks, for the global industrials, I do think you have a little bit more room right there. And I don't know if it would translate over into the commodity-based stocks as well. That would be more of a dollar story, I think. But there's room. I've always said that I don't think the trade issue is the big swing factor, but it's one element that has kept animal spirits in check and basically kept this market from that overheat story that we were in January.
How convinced are you, Nancy? Can you be a buyer of some beaten down industrials on the prospect that the U.S. is inviting China to the table to talk about trade? After just last week, we got threatened of even more tariffs on nearly all the Chinese imports coming to this country.
Right. Hi, Sarah. Listen, I do think we have been in on weakness, adding to Boeing. We've been adding to Emerson and United Technologies. We own 3M, and it has been a disappointment this year. We were trimming last year, and now we're sitting with still a pretty healthy position, but we're not adding to holdings because it's a much different story than the direct China concern. So I think it would get a pop as well. Because of costs, underlying cost structure, and tariffs impacting that.